Okay, so we're going to read Stink and the Freaky Frog Freakout. So what genre is this
Fun.
story? Yes.
Fiction.
Fiction. Is it another specific kind of fiction? Well, does fiction mean that it's real or somebody made it up?
Somebody made it. But it's realistic fiction.
Yeah, so fiction means that somebody made it up. It didn't really happen, but it's realistic fiction.
It means it's fake, but it can happen.
Which means that it's fake, but it can happen. So is there going to be magic?
No.
Are there going to be talking animals?
No.
Is there going to be like people flying in the sky with flapping their wings? No, it's going to be realistic fiction. So Stink is probably going to do stuff that we might do. Go to school, have a family, maybe have some moody feelings. Do you guys have any predictions about Stink and the Freaky Frog Freakout? Ma'am? He'll do everything like frogs. I love that. Ma'am?
I think the same
Mm-hmm.
thing that she's thinking, but then when books are really close to being done,
Sir?
probably gonna be like, and I love my family better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good one. Sir? Number one.
That he's gonna turn into a frog and he's gonna mess with her sister, Judy Moody.
But it's realistic fiction, so would he turn into a frog in realistic fiction?
No. Like
No, but he could act like one, right? Pretend. Sir? He's gonna be stinky. Sir?
That's rude to frogs.
When the family sees what Stink is doing, they're gonna freak out.
Okay, so some really good predictions. I love that. So because it's realistic fiction,
I ate crayons.
because it's realistic fiction, the characters are gonna talk and act like real people would talk and act like. Do you think that they're gonna talk to each other like we would talk to another person?
Yes.
Do you think there's gonna be a lesson to be learned, or like maybe a moral of the story? Maybe Stink will learn something about himself?
No.
Yeah, I think that.
Oh, it happens in cartoons.
Please have a seat and zip it. Thank you. Love it. I think we all learn about ourselves every day, though, and without some learning about yourself, there would be no plot, really. So be thinking about the plot. What are our other 3 literary elements? Ma'am, there's 4. We have plot, setting characters, events. Thank you so much. Give her some snaps. Very impressive. Okay, so looking at this, what do you guys know already about frogs? Let's just think of like, what do we already know? Sir?
They can jump high.
They can jump high.
Some are poisonous.
Some are poisonous. Sir?
They're really icky and slimy.
Icky, slimy. Ma'am?
They bugs.
They eat bugs. Sir?
They give you warts.
They give you warts. Sir?
Some frogs have different colors on their backs to scare off predators. Also, they can climb too.
Very good, ma'am.
They like going in the water.
They like going in the water. Awesome. We're going to get started, okay? First page, page 62. Judy Moody's younger brother Stink has been finding frogs all over the place. At the pool, in his boot, even in the bathtub. When Stink and his friends visit a nature center to learn about frogs, they find out about the first annual Frog Neck Lake count. What does annual mean?
No.
Ma'am. Happens once a year. Perfect, thank you. Before he can participate in the late night adventure, though, Stink has to study different frogs and the sounds they make to pass a quiz. Preep, squeak. Stink listened to the frog calls on the computer. He listened to frog sounds that he taped on his own tape recorder by sticking it out the window at night. Stink listened to the frog calls on the way to school Monday morning and in the car on the way to swim lessons. Preep, squeak. At swim practice, he tried out some on his friends. You sound like a duck, said Webster. You sound like a squeak toy, said Sophie. You sound like a sick banjo, said Riley. Thanks, said Stink. See, spring peepers sound like squeak toys, and wood frogs sound like ducks quacking. You're quacked, said Webster. Sophie and Riley cracked up. You guys sound like southern leopard frogs. A leopard frog sounds like a person laughing. No lie. Nothing, but nothing sounds like a sick banjo, said Riley. Nothing except for the northern green frog, said, it sounds like a loose banjo string. You know, like a rubber band twang. You sure are freaky for frogs, said Riley. Thanks, said Stink. You should marry a frog you like them so much. Hardy har har, said Stink.
What's hardy hard?
It's like a pretend laughing kind.
Like this? That's a sick banjo.
A sick banjo? It's just like some figurative language. So the banjo isn't actually sick, but it's like a banjo that would sound not good, right?
Like this.
Sure. Long legs and mucus? Okay, good. Stink could not wait till swimming was over. He had a great idea for how to learn frog sounds. He would need a comb, a balloon, 2 rocks, a can of spray paint, a rubber band, a rubber duck, some jingle bells, and that's all. Stink blew up the balloon and rubbed it with his hand. He clicked rocks together. He twanged the rubber band. Judy poked her head into Stink's room. Mouse, the family cat, squeezed past her. Stink, I'm trying to study my times tables, and I can't hear myself. She stopped when she saw the pile of junk on Stink's floor. What? I'm using this stuff to make frog sounds. Here, I'll show you. Stink rubbed his finger along the teeth of the comb. This sounds like a chorus frog. Stink shook the can of spray paint, and this sounds like a northern cricket frog. Mouse darted under the bed, and this sounds like Mom when she sees the mess in your room, says Judy. Hardy har har, chuckled Stink. You're cracking me up. Can you please shut your door so I don't have to hear Froggle Rock all day?
Froggle Rock. Wait, Froggle Rock's actually a show, you know. Froggle.
Stink squeezed his rubber duck down the stairs. He snored up a storm while he made a snack. He shook the can of paint, clicked the stones, and jingled the bells. Wood frog, pickerel frog, cricket frog, he recited. What does recited mean? You know, ma'am? No? Sir?
You create it.
Also, teacher.
Wait, say one more time.
Teacher.
Hang on.
Create it. You create it and draw it.
Ooh, not quite. Sir. No, sir. Recited.
So you like make a word and you keep reading it until you know it and then say it out loud.
Yes, you keep reading something until you memorize it and then you say it out loud. That is reciting. So Stink remembered these different frog sounds and what their sounds were, and he was labeling them as he made them by reciting them out loud. Perfect. Stink, keep it down, please, said Dad, poking his head around the corner. I'm on the phone. No spray painting in the house, said Mom. Take that outside. I'm not painting, said Stink. Doesn't anybody around here know a northern cricket frog when they hear one? Mom crinkled her forehead. It's homework, said Stink. I have to take a test. A frog test, said Judy, coming into the kitchen. I have to learn frog calls, said Stink, for the first annual Frog Neck Lake Frog Count on Friday. Right, said Mom. It's a real thing. The test is on the computer, Stink told her. You click on a frog and it makes a sound. Then you guess which frog is making that sound. Multiple choice? said Judy. Easy peasy, she teased. I have a multiple choice for you, said Mom. You can go back upstairs and A, finish your homework, B, finish your homework, C, finish your homework, or D, all of the above.
Really? This is the same thing over and over again.
But Stink protested. What does protest mean? Sir.
I was raising up a sign for the Black Lives Matter, something that he wanted.
That's a good example, but what does it mean to protest? Sir?
Oh yeah, it's where he writes down a word and remembers it.
Ma'am?
It's like when you destroy something and you don't want it destroyed, you protest for it.
That's another good example. Can you summarize it up for us?
It's like wanting, so like if it's not fair and you want to change it, then you like protest, like hold up a sign and like walk around in the something.
These are all real good examples. So yes, protesting means that you disagree with something and you explain your reasons why, or you voice your reasons why. You tell someone why you disagree with something.
I have another
Oh, so we're just going to continue on, guys. Thank you. So Mom's saying, go do your homework, and Stink says, but, so Stink protested. So he's about to protest and disagree and say why he doesn't think he should have to go upstairs and do his homework, right? So that's how he protested. Please, sir.
about the other thing.
It's your choice, Mom said. Stink trudged back up the stairs with Judy close behind. And don't forget your non-frog homework too, Mom called. In Stink's room, Mouse curled up on his backpack. How am I going to learn all these frog calls by Tuesday? Stink asked Judy. He held out his notebook for her to see. You can't go on the frog count unless you pass the quiz. I'll help you, said Judy, but let's make it a game. Instead of rock, paper, scissors, we'll call it rock, balloon, squeak toy.
Rock, balloon, squeak toy.
How do we play? Close your eyes. I'll make a sound. You guess which frog it is. But we have to keep it down because Mom won't like us doing frog homework first. Okay, come on, said Stink. He squeezed his eyes shut. Judy rubbed the balloon. She twanged the rubber band. She clicked the stones. Mouse pawed at the stones. Chorus frog, wood frog, cricket frog, Stink guessed. Judy checked Stink's notebook. Sorry, leopard frog, green frog, cricket frog. Stink hung his head. Hey, you got one right, cricket frog. Come on, Stink, just get super duper quiet and really listen, okay? Ready? Ready, Freddy, said Stink. Judy rubbed, clicked, squeaked, and twanged. Balloon, stones, squeak toy, rubber band, Stink said. Bingo. Oh, that's leopard frog, cricket frog, spring peeper, green frog. Bingo, said Judy. She laughed, chuckled, whistled, peeped, snored, squeaked, jingled, and croaked until Stink knew pickerel frog from peeper, chorus frog from cricket. Yikes, said Judy, putting a shh finger to her lips. I bet they can hear us all the way at the end of Croker Road. Do you think they call our street Croker Road because of all the frogs? Because of animal frogs, Stink, not human boy frogs. Ribbit, Stink croaked. Okay, close your eyes. I bet I can stump you. Ready? Judy made a zzz sound. Bullfrog? No, wood frog. No, bullfrog. He opened his eyes. Zipper frog, said Judy. That was just me zipping the zipper on your backpack. No fair, said Stink. There's no such thing as a zipper frog. Mouse pounced on the jingle bells. Jingle frog! Stink and Judy said at the same time. They cracked themselves up. We gotta finish our not frog homework, Stink. Besides, you're like the frog king now. So instead of saying not frog homework, is there a prefix we could use?
Non.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Oh,
Non, right? Your non-frog homework. We could slap that prefix right on there because that means not, right? Besides, you're like the frog king now. No, you're like president of the frogs. Now you just have to practice on real frogs. Squeak, said Stink. On Tuesday, Stink, Moody, Frog Genius, passed his test with flying colors. Frog test, that is. Stink could not wait for Frog Friday.
wait, teacher?
Flying colors means like you passed like really well. It wasn't just like you kind of slid by and got like a 70 or an 80. Like you passed with flying colors, like it was wonderful.
Teacher,